New Yorkers turn up for a lot of stuff.
Turn down for what?
We don't have bathrooms. We don't even have dressing rooms. This is a pop-up, bitch.
But there's one thing that they're really bad at turning up for: voting.
Okay, we're gonna vote now.
Only 25% of registered voters voted in the 2014 gubernatorial race. In 2008, only 61% of registered voters showed up at the ballot box, which was the worst voter turnout for any major American city, and the turnout was even lower in 2012. The truth of the matter is that New Yorkers don't vote. It's so bad that the state ranked 48 out of 50 in 2014 in terms of voter turnout. With all eyes on the New York primary and candidates trying to publicly eat as much pizza and flawlessly swipe as many Metro cards as humanly possible, a lot is riding on the New York vote. So we went to a Bernie Sanders rally in Washington Square Park to find out what's up with all these New Yorkers not voting.
So many people I know, especially young people and like students, totally missed the deadline, even though they really wanted to vote, and they probably would have, but they missed the deadline or like didn't know how to do it.
Do you have friends who missed the deadline and weren't able to do it?
Yeah, my friend didn't register in time. Actually, a couple of them.
I think it's intentionally a complicated process where every state's got different rules. Some are open, some are closed, some are caucuses, different dates, things like that.
Of course, we were at a Bernie Sanders rally, so one specific issue kept coming up.
They make it hard for you to switch parties. It's like 6 months in advance of the primary, which I think it's not really cool. I think they make it harder.
He's right. The primary is closed to registered members of each party, and the date to change party affiliation was October 9th of last year, even though the primary is happening in April. So a lot of people on both sides of the aisle missed that date, including Donald Trump's own children.
One of the most onerous rules in terms of registration, and it required us to register a long time ago, almost close to a year ago, and we didn't do that. We found out about it sort of after the fact.
And this makes it especially hard for independents who want to be part of the primary.
I just switched over from independent, and when I heard Bernie was running last fall, I immediately switched over because I looked it up. But I know a lot of people who are not going to be able to vote who want to.
Think that puts Bernie Sanders at a disadvantage?
Yeah, I mean, it's clear. There's no question that the party system is set up to keep an outsider out, right? I think that's abundantly clear. Everyone can see it. The veil has been lifted, and we see what happens when an outsider tries to enter the highest office in the country. There's no question.
The guy standing on the fence is sort of right. Caucuses with same-day registrations have favored Bernie and could explain why he's done so well in those contests.
The caucuses, he does better in the caucus situation. And you know why? Because people vote on election day. So they've had time. You don't have the early voters, which tended to go for Hillary because they've known her a long time. The people wait and they vote on election day. Bernie has done well.
But New York's voting problem goes beyond this primary, and it's not like some people haven't tried to make it easier to vote in New York. Many have tried to amend the laws to make it easier to switch parties or allow for early voting. But since the state doesn't have a Secretary of Elections, like most states do, those changes just haven't happened. In all fairness, it's not like New Yorkers are all that different from the rest of Americans. The U.S. has one of the worst voter turnout rates in the world. In fact, according to Pew, it trails most developed countries. So modernizing our electoral process wouldn't just benefit New York, it could benefit us all. Or alternatively, we could all just move to Sesame Street and start our own democracy.
Muppet Bernie is registered to vote in the state of Sesame Street.
Sesame Street? How long have you been registered there?
I think about 74 years.
74 years.
It's Bernie. Oh my God,